Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the six-time World Heavyweight Champion, two-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world champ, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. Want to thank the people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good off of a night of NXT. How you feeling, man? How you feel?
I'm right there with you, BT. We had a great revolution rising on Saturday with the Hall of Fame, with the Reality Wrestling Platinum. 15,000 live viewers concurrent, which was a record so far of ours for live viewership concurrently. So shout out to everybody who tapped into that huge six-man main event. And now we march forward to the Summer of Champions.
Yeah. Hey, man, big ups to Jesse Funaki. I want to give Jesse Funaki a shout out, as well as Richard Holiday. Those guys went out there and pretty much tore the house down. I got to give those guys a whole lot of credit. Richard Holiday is a guy that I've been reading that he's on the radar of the WWE, and Richard Holiday is a guy that's been out there, on the independent scene for quite some time, and he's a guy who's had his ups and downs, and I'm really pushing for Richard Holiday to get his shot. I know some tryouts are going to be going down here at the end of the month for SummerSlam weekend, so hopefully, you never know, but I'm looking out for my man Richard Holiday.
Well, hey, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for Summer Champions, and it's right before SummerSlam that's going to be going down, Book. And, I'm glad that we brought this up. I want to throw something at you at the very beginning of the show. We're going to start hot, all right? Because SummerSlam is going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the two-night SummerSlam, Saturday and Sunday. We know Obafemi, Brock Lesnar are going to be doing battle inside the Hell in a Cell. We know CM Punk's going to be taking on Cody Rhodes, I don't know if that's made official yet, but that's definitely what they're angling toward. We know Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is going to be happening. And we know, Io Sky and Liv Morgan. There are a lot of matches that are happening. Right now, I don't know if there's an official match for one of the champions going into SummerSlam, and that'd be Trick Williams. Trick Williams, United States champion. Did you see he put the fur on the belt? Did you see that?
I see they're selling them too. Yeah, they
I'm
got them
sure
on.
they're selling them well.
They got them online. You can pick your you can pick your one right now. I love what Trick Williams is doing, man. I mean, he's definitely embodying, what professional wrestling is truly all about. I told Trick Williams, a long time ago. I said, man, you don't have to be the best wrestler to be the best wrestler. And he's actually taking that mantle and running with it. And I'm big props to him, man, Trick Williams.
No, man, he's killing it. He's killing it. And the fur titles, doing it like he's supposed to do it. And you know what? He's going to be a part of WWE Unreal season 3, which is starting on Netflix next week on the 21st. And he's a central focus of one of the episodes. And you know what? I actually chatted with Trick earlier today. Today,
Mm.
I was
Oh
talking with
yeah,
Trick Williams, and
right.
guess whose name might have come up? His name
Oh,
might be Booker T. And
what?
Trick had some words for you, and I'm gonna share them right now.
All right.
All right, here we go. This is Trick Williams from earlier today promoting WWE Unreal Season 3.
I would have pitched it just like this. I mean, SummerSlam is gone, but maybe next year at SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe it's for the WWE World Champion. Who knows? I'm going to say book. In the year 2027, 23 years ago, somebody made history. 2 black men main event at SummerSlam for the first time ever. Hasn't been done before, hasn't been done since. How'd you like to make yourself a two-time main eventer of SummerSlam against another black man? Not any black man, the black man that is your protege. The one that you hand sculpted yourself and said, Trick Williams, look, this is how you want to approach the business. This is how you're going to make yourself a superstar, Trick. Now, how would you, Booker T, like to step into the ring with that Trick Williams? The one who knows he's a superstar, with all the momentum in the world, with all the eyes watching, left, right, kids, grown folk, it don't matter. Booker T versus Trick Williams, main event of SummerSlam for the championship. One more time.
There you go. Trick Williams, just moments ago. Hall
Oh,
of Fame
man.
exclusive.
You know what? I hate getting called out, man, and not being able to respond, you know what I mean, properly. But my thing is, man, I'd never say never. I'm never going to close the book on any chapter or anything like that. I feel like if I can will myself to do it, I will do it. If the body's telling me, hey, go out here and get this done just one last time, I will go out there and get that done. But he gave me a time period, 27. That gives me time to figure out, what this year is going to look like for Booker T as far as, can I really get in the gym and hang and bang? I'm talking about hang and bang hard for just one more time. That's the question. Kind of like Conor McGregor.
Conor
Can I
McGregor.
can I get myself? Can I will myself? To get in the gym and make it happen. And I think I can. So we'll see how that play out. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I'm serious.
Well, I would love to see it. I'd love to see you and Trick just for the generational passing of the torch, as it were. But when you see him and you see what he's been able to do, how much of your and look, I know you're going to give him all the props in the world because I will tell you, Trick is a force in amongst himself, especially on the microphone. He might be one of the most comfortable people I've ever seen make the transition from NXT to the main roster, as far as not their work, because a lot of times the guys in NXT, they're great inside the 20 by 20, and Trick is great inside the 20 by 20. But sometimes the promo is a little bit different when they get to the main roster. Maybe like, it's live, it's one take, we're not sure what's going on here, right? Trick looked like that didn't bother him at all. Whatsoever. He looked so comfortable on the microphone. But my question was going to be, how much of your tutelage do you see in Trick? I know he did a lot on his own, but I'm sure he would credit you as well.
I see a lot. I see a lot of my influences on Trick Williams. I mean, that's what it was all about. That's what the game plan was. As far as talking to him, showing him exactly what it was going to take for him to go out there and be like a mega star. You don't hear Trick Williams saying anything that he wouldn't say.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So and that goes to you're going to get the script, but you got to be able to change the script and be able to hey, I can't say this word. Can we replace it with this word right here? Or get to a point when you're cutting a promo and then slightly ad lib a little bit and then bring it back. Trick learned that very very quickly, and he's a guy that's really really tapped into what this business is truly all about. And people can talk about the great wrestlers, all they want. We got some really really great wrestlers, in the company. People talking about how great Chad Gable is right now. Chad Gable's always been
Mhm.
that great. He's always been that great. He just got the platform to actually go out there and let the world see it. And they say, wow, what the hell have we been thinking? We got to do something with this guy as well. But a guy like Gable, totally the polar opposite of a guy like Trick Williams. But both of those guys are mega pieces on the board that's going to make this thing work. So nah, man, Trick he's holding his own. And he's doing a hell of a job.
When he brings up that SummerSlam moment, he's talking about you and The Rock, SummerSlam 2001, 2002,
Yeah, I think it's one.
2001, 2001. You're the main event. Great match too, by the way. One of Rock's favorite of his career. Was there any talk at the time between anybody that this was the first time that two black men main evented SummerSlam? Was there ever? I don't remember that as a part of the promotion, but did y'all talk about it amongst yourselves?
We never talked about that.
Yeah.
We really never. I really never looked at it like that. I never really thought about it, from that perspective. I mean, I thought Rock, but there again, um, I remember, I remember one of the agents, back in WCW, something I never forget. Something I never forget. He said, "Hey, Book, we're looking for a really, really good black baby face." And I go, "A good black baby face? What are you talking about?" I said, "How many times have you ever said you're looking for a good white baby face?"
Yeah.
And it was a big, kerfuffle, whatnot. Um, but I never looked at myself just as a black wrestler. I always looked at myself as, one of the best that ever put on a pair of boots. That's the only way I wanted to be looked at. Am I going to be compared with, the black wrestlers that have come up in the business? Of course. But that's not my modus operandi. Is to be looked at as a black wrestler. That's why, I did things a certain way. That's why I walked a certain way, and that's why I talked, a certain way. So nah, we never looked at it like that.
But you know what's interesting is that you say that is because you say you're always interested in doing the work. Like you were focused on doing the work. Like I'm focused on the task at hand. And it makes sense that you weren't thinking in it in that terms, nor should you have. But it's also cool to think about what young people, especially like Trick, coming up, seeing you in that, right? It resonated with them. Like it might not have been like the outward spoken part of the promotion, right? But it resonated with them and you were just doing your job,
No,
but it
no,
still meant so much.
not that it was something that went over our heads or anything like that.
Right, 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 right.
But it's something, it was another job. And me and Rock had to go out there and perform. And we had to go out there and perform at the highest level, no matter what color we were. Of course, two black guys out there, and you got the kids that's watching it and looking at it. It's something that they can aspire to want to be like it and want to do one day, like a Trick Williams. You know what I mean? So now, but I'm gonna tell you right now, none of that would be possible if Rock and I didn't go out and put the work in.
Right.
None of it. You know what I mean? So that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
What's up, guys? It's the boat, Brad Gilmore. You know what I'm about to talk about. Because you know what? Confidence matters in every part of life. Whether it's stepping behind a microphone, walking into a big interview, or just feeling like the best version of yourself, confidence can make all the difference. And that's exactly why Blue Chew Gold is a sponsor of this show. And that's what Blue Chew Gold is all about. Blue Chew Gold is designed to help support the complete experience. It combines four ingredients into one label. Two ingredients help physically, while two support arousal and desire in the brain. Oh, yeah. It's about feeling more confident. Yeah. More in the moment. Yeah. And more like yourself when it counts. Oh, yeah. The Macho Man Randy Savage is thinking that too. Yeah. So if you're looking to turn up the confidence and enjoy the moment a little more, Blue Chew Gold is worth checking out. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com. But we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the third month free with promo code Booker. That's promo code Booker, Booker. You will also receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order because you need it as quick as you can, brother. As quick as you can. Yeah. Visit BlueChew.com for details and important safety information. We want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast and also for sponsoring all the action that goes down in the bedroom. Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting, no questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about, and I know it's a lot of people out there want to ask a few questions, you know what I mean? So if you got some questions, make sure you get them in and get them in quick because it's going to be a quick show today. We're going to be wrapping up here a little earlier today than normal, but what should we start, man? What should we start?
We got to talk about Conor.
McGregor.
We got to talk about Conor McGregor.
McGregor. You know what, man? You know, I don't know why. You know, let's talk about it. I mean, UFC 329, right? Went down in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, sold out, the biggest gate in the UFC's history. Am I not mistaken by that? The biggest gate, in UFC's history in Las Vegas. So my thing is, man, everybody was expecting something spectacular. Patty Pimblett went out there and showed up and showed out after coming out of a loss, you know, with Justin Gaethje. A lot of people was counting Patty Pimblett out. A lot of people, you know, thought Patty's run was pretty much over, but Patty went out there and said, "No, I'm still here," you know, and I perhaps possibly could be the new face of the UFC. Conor McGregor, 69 seconds. 69 seconds. They say Conor McGregor made $435,000 a second.
Oof. Ooh, man. Yeah, I mean, for people who didn't see it, and I'm sure everyone's seen it by now, this was, well, actually, before we get into the fight itself, this was Conor's big comeback. 5 years ago, broke his leg in devastating fashion against Louisiana's own Dustin Poirier. He, it, and most people thought that he wouldn't come back. There was the one time where it was him and Michael Chandler about 2 years ago. They were going to fight. It got called off a few weeks beforehand due to a injury to his foot or his toe
A
and
toe injury.
a
Yeah,
toe
toe injury.
injury. And but this one, I would be honest with you, even when they announced him and Max, I wasn't sure that we were going to see it. I'm like, well, let's see if he gets to a fight camp. And he did. And I will tell you, when I started thinking about Conor and Max, my mind started going back to their first fight. And, this is right before Conor Prime and before Max took off to be the guy that he became to be. And I was like, man, this actually might be pretty good. This actually might be a pretty good fight if they could just go, because Conor's a striker. Like, he's known for his hands. Max is a
Yeah.
striker. He's known for his hands. These guys
Right.
just even have a 1-round war. This could be one of those great, exciting fights. So I was started to get myself amped about it throughout the Saturday. And then our show came to a conclusion. You had Paramount on in your office, and we were excited. We saw the Patty fight, and then it was Conor time. And you stepped out for a moment to talk to a talent of your office. And I don't think you heard me because you were in, full, boss mode still. I said, Book, it's over. Book, it's over. And I finally got up to the door and I opened it. I'm like, Book, it's over. You're like, it's done? What happened? And then, we saw the result of it. And what happened was Conor threw a high leg kick to the head, tried to throw a head kick, and blew his knee out on his base when he was basing, his planting leg. He blew his knee out. Sucks. And then he slipped. He got right back up. He slipped again. Max led him up. Max was telling the referee the whole time, he's injured, he's hurt. There might have been 5 or 6 punches thrown. And then Conor tried to throw another punch and he fell, and they called the fight off. I mean, a nightmare scenario for Conor McGregor.
You know, I'm not surprised. 5 years, man. 5 years.
Long time.
Conor McGregor out there. I'm not, allegedly drinking, partying, and a lot of other things. I'm not going to even go there, but you could see the age on Conor McGregor in his face over the last 5 years. I mean, it
Yeah.
was plain. It was plain and clear. This dude looked like a totally different guy walking into that octagon. And a lot of people talk about how far removed perhaps Conor was from the gym, just because fighting at 170 and fighting at 155 is something totally, totally different. Uh, to get to 155, Conor would have had to put in work. All right, he would have had to put in a lot of work in that gym. He would have had to been laser focused, dialed in. I'm talking about not just for these last 3 months, but it's over this last couple of years. As far as really, really dialing in and getting prepared after coming off of a devastating leg injury like he had. It would have taken nothing but I'm talking about putting the black mask on, getting in self-interrogation mode, asking yourself those tough questions every single day. I'm talking about for the last year, 2 years. That's the only way Conor McGregor would have really been able to go out here and combat in this fight. Coming in at 170, Conor was still able to party. He was still able to drink. He was still able to do all those things and make 170. So I feel like this was a lose-lose situation for Conor McGregor. Any way you look at it, you talk about that 1-round war. Perhaps we could have had a 1-round war if Conor McGregor wouldn't have came out and blew his knee out like that. But it would have only been a 1-round war because Conor McGregor was in no shape. You can see it written all over his face. You can see it written all over his body language that he was nowhere near as far as his mind in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the T-Mobile Arena. He was totally somewhere else.
He did look to be in another realm. He did look to be in another realm. His walkout was different. It was a little bit more ominous, almost regretful in some ways, the
Yeah.
look on his face. Now, that could have been him trying to lock in and get into some sort of zone. I don't know. We weren't in his head. My question, though, is this. is how demoralizing is that for you did all this work, you did the fight camp, you did the promotion, you did this, that, and the third. And like, I feel like it wouldn't be a lose-lose. I didn't think Conor McGregor would win the fight. But like I said, if we got a one-round war or just one of those classic UFC fights, you could take a loss and keep on ticking. And he could have maybe done his last fight out of his deal. After this, I just don't see how you come back from it. Because look, he's okay. He hurt his leg when he was what, 32, 33? 5 years later, he's 37 years of age. He's going to be out another at least year with this knee injury if it's a meniscus or an ACL. So that's 38 before he's even cleared to go to the gym. So he's probably staring down the barrel at back half of 38, maybe 39 before he could fight again. And that's nearing 40. And we know what that means for UFC fight. So I just don't think that. But then you think about it from a contractual perspective. He has one fight left on his deal, and then he's a free agent.
Come on, man. Come on, Come on, Brad. Let's be real here. Let's be realistic. I'm not going to be like a lot of these pundits, trying to boost Conor McGregor up for one more last. Conor McGregor is done. He's been done. Conor McGregor has been done for the last 5 years. This was a last heist, the last heist of Conor McGregor coming in and taking this fight with Max Holloway and walking in and walking out in 69 seconds. That's the only thing. That's the only way you can look at it. It's a heist. I don't even feel like Conor McGregor should have got paid for this. It really shouldn't have. I mean, it should be some kind of arbitration being had right now as far as Conor McGregor's getting paid or not getting paid. It should be somebody talking about that right now, because that right there, it was not a fight. Not one punch really was thrown, other than the punches that Holloway landed on, Conor McGregor when he was on his back, and those punches was menial. That wasn't like he wasn't trying to take him out or anything. He had a guy.
They're obligatory. Like, I have to do.
Yeah, he had a guy in a bad position, so he said, I got to take the shots. But he's looking at the ref the whole time, and pleading for the ref to come in here and do his job, had a wherewithal, understanding, know-how to just stop it. But the ref still wanted to let it go. My thing is this, man. Let's get off the Conor McGregor bandwagon and let's shift it to somebody like Patty Pimblett.
Yeah.
I think we've squeezed that turnip dry as far as the Conor McGregor train goes. I really believe.
I think that you say Conor was done, after his maybe last Poirier fight, or this was the last hurrah. I really think Conor's been done since the Mayweather fight, right?
Yeah,
I mean, since the Mayweather fight, he fought Khabib and lost. He fought Cerrone, in a minute and a half or whatever that ended up being, 2 minutes, and won. Then he fought Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. So if you look at it from, even if you go from before my point is, like, what, out of the last 6 fights, he's lost 5.
Well, the Mayweather deal where he made a boatload of money, and the Proper 12 deal came right around the same time.
Right around the same time.
That right there was retirement money. Man, he went on a spree, man. He went on a partying spree. I'm talking about, Bahama Mamas, man. Bahama Mamas. That's what I'm talking about. So, no, I get it, but I think the reign of Conor McGregor is over. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, here we go in 3, 2. Hey guys, this episode of the Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by Mudwater. Now, I'm somebody who loves the ritual of that morning brew. Yeah, I like the taste. I like having something warm in the morning. There you go. And honestly, I like that little moment before the day gets going. Don't we all, brother? But sometimes a full cup of coffee can hit just a little too hard. You get the energy, but you also get the jitters. Crunch. That feeling like your brain is moving faster than the rest of you. That's why I've been into Mudwater. It gives you that same morning ritual, but way less caffeine than coffee. It's made with mushrooms and adaptogens, and is designed to give you more of a steady energy without that anxious spike. We all have that spike, especially in the mornings. The original blend is really good too. It's got cacao, chai, turmeric, functional mushrooms, so it's kind of like a spicy hot chocolate meets chai. Feels like something you can actually look forward to in the morning. And the best way to try it is with their starter kit. You get a full-size tin of your chosen blend, plus a free rechargeable frother. Free gifts and free shipping. They've got different flavors too. OG coffee, matcha, turmeric. So whatever your morning drink style is, there's something for you. Are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Just go to mudwater.com/Booker. That is mudwtr.com/Booker and grab the starter kit. Use code Booker and you'll get up to 43% off. Again, that's 43% off up to with the code Booker, Booker, at mudwtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you found them. Please tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Now also, this episode's also brought to you by GLD. Because I got to say, I'm really excited about this one because GLD makes pieces that instantly upgrade your look without trying too hard, whether it's a chain, a bracelet, a watch, a pendant. It's one of those things where you can really feel the quality right away. And with Father's Day coming up, there's actually a great idea, guys. Dads, we're usually tough. I don't have any kids. I have a cat. I guess that counts. Dads are usually tough to shop for. They find one watch, one pair of sunglasses, one look they like, and they stick with it forever. So getting the dad in your life something from GLD is a way to give him something he'll actually use and wear. And while you're there, you might as well get some for yourself. GLD has chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, pieces for every kind of style. So if you like to keep it simple or you have some kind of everyday piece that you want, if you want something that stands out a little bit more, they got that too. If you're a sports fan, GLD has official collabs with the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, the NCAA, NHL, MLS, and even DC Comics. So you can rep your favorite sports team or something you love in a way that actually feels personal. The quality's legit. We're talking real gold, hand-set stones, waterproof, sweatproof, and the craftsmanship, baby. You can feel it the second you put it on. The weight, the clasp, the detail, it all feels premium. And every piece is guaranteed for life. GLD has over 2 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews. You've seen their pieces worn like people like Justin Bieber, Malik Neighbors, Micah Parsons, ASAP Rocky. What up, ASAP? And a lot more. So this is the perfect time to check them out because for a limited time, the new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code Booker, Booker, to get 40% off GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code Booker at GLD.com. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. The McGregor train has rolled on. Okay,
It's done.
I don't think we need to talk about Conor McGregor anymore. I don't think we're going to be seeing Conor McGregor anymore. Even though I don't know if you saw his last statement that he just made. He said that he'll be back. It was a live statement. Said he'll be back, and then he's found God.
Yeah.
Conor's found God lately, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna hate on nobody that find God. All right. If that's the thing that's gonna get him through this dark time that he's feel like he's going through, lean hard, brother. Lean hard. It might be the thing that bring you up out of that darkness. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, look, whether you love, hate Connor, you definitely don't feel indifferent to him. I will say you never want to see a fighter get injured in any way. We love watching these guys and girls go out there and give us, their best athletic exhibitions inside the octagon. You don't want to see anybody get hurt and go through that. And I'm sure he's in a world of hurt physically, but maybe even more so mentally.
Yeah, definitely.
After something like that.
Yeah.
And what real quick before we get off it, kudos to Patty Pimblett because I don't know if you saw the video. Did you see the video of Patty backstage with Dana White?
No.
Did you see this? Patty goes, Dana, I could go fight Max right now. Put me in the ring right now. I'm first to go, baby. He's like, I'll go fight him right now.
Hey, bro, he was fresh to go. I mean, he didn't take no damage in that fight. So now Patty put on the show. He really did.
And that's the way you recover from a loss after he took to Justin Gaethje, and now he's going to line himself up for a title shot, probably in a fight or two. But speaking of title shots, book, we got to talk about Sami Zayn, who we put over huge on the last episode of this show, because he was the new WWE champion, and we said, man, like Sammy did it, like he finally did it. He punched his
He
ticket.
did it. He did it.
He
He
did it.
did it.
He did it. And then that reign lasted for 9 days, and he lost to a returning CM Punk. And so they characterized Sammy's reign as transitional, which I guess
Who,
is
who did that? Who did that?
like the internet. It's a transitional championship reign,
Yeah.
just kind of getting it from one guy to the next.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw one. One of the pundits said, "Sami Zayn, WWE did Sami Zayn dirty." That's the one I saw. Yeah,
who
and I'm
said
like,
that?
one of the pundits.
One of
You
them.
know, yeah, yeah. And my thing is this, man. When I
Unless
see
they did
something,
him dirty.
I don't look at it that way. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
I mean, could Sami Zayn run have been longer? So many people was crapping on Sami Zayn winning the title, and then when he loses it, those same guys crap on WWE for taking it off of him.
You gotta love it.
I'm just saying, you gotta love it. But I'm gonna look at the stats here for a second. Sami
Let's do
Zayn,
it.
the undisputed WWE champion, one time. NXT champion one time, WWE Intercontinental champion 4 times, WWE United States champion 2 times, WWE Raw Tag Team champion 1 time, SmackDown 1 time, WWE Championships contender tournament 26, whatnot, Triple Crown, whatever. This dude has done everything in the WWE. I mean, he's had a hell of a career. How long has Sami Zayn been in WWE? He
Oh
broke
man, to 10 years, 11,
been there for quite some time. He broke in I can't remember here, 2013.
2013. So 13 years.
2013, Sami Zayn debuted in the WWE. 13 years in this company, he's won every title. And at the end of his career, I don't think people are going to be talking about how many days he had to start championship. No one was talking about Sami Zayn when he held the United States Championship 23 days before dropping it to Trick Williams. Nobody said anything about that. Nobody said anything because you know why? Because Trick Williams got it because everybody was hyped on Trick. Everybody wanted to see Trick Williams with the title. So nobody said anything about it. But uh, uh, I can say this. I can say this. I won the WCW championship 4 times in 1 year. Okay. So don't
Year
nobody
2000 was a good year to you, book.
So my thing is when I hear people talk about uh that, only thing that's going to matter at the end of the day is, man, how great of a career that Sami Zayn had in the WWE. All right, man, he won all the championships. I mean, whether the championship reigns was what you wanted it to be, that's here nor there. But Sami Zayn, I'm gonna tell every young wrestler out there that's listening, you better hope to God and not hope. You better pray to God
Right.
that you have a career as half as good as Sami Zayn's in this business in today's era. You better pray.
Look, Sammy's got one of those sneaky Hall of Fame careers, right? When you start, like when you just list all the accomplishments, you realize how long he's been around and how many things he's done at a very, very high level, how many WrestleMania moments he's had, how many he's had a WrestleMania main event. He had a show stealer with Johnny Knoxville. I remember watching that. He had a great match with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. He helped anoint Trick Williams earlier this year, and then he himself anointed as a WWE champion. Um, like when I see some of the guys have the titles up, or like even you have in your office, you have the WCW tag team titles or the TV title up in your
I got
office.
them all. I got them
Right.
all.
But here's the thing. You know what I never see? I never see dates under the titles, right? Like I never see like from this day to this day was this run. No, but I won the title. I'm a champion. You
Yeah,
can't take that away from me.
yeah.
Let me ask you this though. Is there a issue? Because I'm hearing this a lot in WWE with their main event scene as far as the age of their main eventers. right? Because right now the average age is of a main eventer, meaning you've won a WWE championship or you've been in a main event of a pay-per-view or PLE, is 42 and a half years old. So 43. CM Punk's the WWE champion. He's 47. Roman's 41. Cody's 40. Seth is 40. Drew's 41. Randy's 46. LA Knight's 43. Brock Lesnar's 48. Any
Uh,
issue with that?
Well, I can tell you this. Well, I remember having a conversation. Me and Taker was talking one night, and we said, "Man, why did it take us this long to really learn this thing? Why did it take us this long to really hone our craft?" You know, and it's because with professional wrestlers, you don't season until in your mid 30s, and I planned on retiring when I was 40. I said 40 was my number, and I started thinking about that when I was 30 years old. I said 40 is going to be my number. And then when I got to 40, I still felt good, and I was still better than most of the guys in the locker room. And I said, man, I'm not in my prime, but I'm good as I ever been. At this stage, and that's just what it is about wrestlers. Wrestlers are at their best when they're 40 years old. But trust me, it's a quick fall off after that 40. You know what I mean? That 40 to 45, you're gonna say, man, at 45, you're gonna say, man, I'm done. Around that age for me. For me, that's what it was. So now 40 is just a peak age for a professional wrestler as far as that knowledge goes, knowing exactly what his body can take, as well as going out there and being able to wield the crowd to make them feel a certain way. So now that's all. Great actors. You look at professional actors. You look at the Morgan Freemans and the Tom Cruises. Those guys are still getting the big roles when they're in their 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? Because they're seasoned. You know what I mean? Look at Matt Damon. Just got another big role. So
Yeah,
nah,
yeah, in
man,
the Odyssey.
that's what it's all about, man. You just learn more, and you just got that knowledge just downloaded, which you can go out there and do it almost in your sleep. I think that's what it is.
Well, and the thing is too, like sometimes, especially when you talk about movies, I was talking to somebody about James Bond, right, and how like, Roger Moore was I think 40 when he took the role over of
Hmm.
James Bond. He was 40, and you need Bond to have a little age on him. You want to feel like he's been through something,
Yeah,
and he has that look, like that, like oh man, this guy's he's seen some wars.
it's
He's a
almost like
vet.
that. It's almost like that commercial. The most interesting man in America. The most
Yeah, the Dos
interesting
Equis guy, right?
Yeah. He's
Right.
old, but he still look cool. He's got the women. You say, man, I want to be that guy. That's the guy I want to be like. No, nah, that's all it is. That's what wrestlers are their best when they hit 40. They really are.
So
Professional
we
wrestlers.
shouldn't look into CM Punk being a 47-year-old
Well,
WWE champion.
I can tell you this: CM Punk this is just CM Punk's last hurrah.
Mhm.
This is Brock Lesnar's last hurrah. These guys can't go too much further past that. But for me as a promoter, as a booker, if I got somebody like CM Punk and Brock Lesnar and I still can get a little bit more out of them, damn it, that's what I'm going to do. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey guys, support for today's show comes from Square, the business platform that helps sellers become neighborhood favorites. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or just trying to keep up with everyday demands, Square keeps your business running smoothly from payments and point of sale to online orders, inventory, staffing, and more, all in one place so you can focus on your customers and not on your to do list. We're always moving around over here, podcasting, live events, wrestling, appearances, flying all over state to state. And one thing I've always noticed is how many local businesses I love already use Square. Whether it's a coffee shop, a sneaker spot, a barber shop, or even events and conventions, everything just moves smooth with Square. The checkout is quick, Receipts hit your phone instantly, and the staff can actually focus on the customers instead of fighting with the register. That's what stands out to me, and it feels seamless because we already use this at Reality of Wrestling, and Square really works for your business at every level too. Whether you're just getting started or already growing, they bring payments, inventory, and online sales and operations together in one system without making things complicated. Square helps you run your business more smoothly, bringing payments, operations, and insights together all in one place. So whether you're ready for whatever is next, that's what you got to get. You got to get Square. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/booker. That's SQUARE.com/go/booker. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do. And also, we got to shout out our guys at GLD for a second because these guys have really impressed me. You know, a lot of times when you get jewelry online, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Sometimes it looks good in pictures on the model, but then you get it in person. It's lightweight, it feels cheap, and it doesn't hit the way that you hoped. But with GLD, that's a different story, brother. Yeah. First off, this chain right here that I'm wearing right now, the quality is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like Iceman. I feel like Drizzy Drake. You can feel the weight, the craftsmanship, the detail in the stones, the clasps. Everything about it feels premium, and I love that they make the pieces look incredible without those ridiculous luxury markups. What I rock with heavy is that they've got something for everybody. We're talking chains, pendants, rings, watches. Whether you want something clean and subtle or something that really pops with your fit, they've got you covered. And if you're into sports, they've got official collabs with the NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA, and more, so you can really rep your squad the right way. The other thing I like, the pieces are built to last. We're talking waterproof, sweatproof, lifetime guarantee. That's not something you just wear 2 times and throw it in a drawer, man. You can actually wear it every single day. And I'm telling you, when you throw on a fresh chain, it changes the whole energy. The fit looks better. You feel more confident. The ladies, they notice it. So you can do this. Let's do it together. It just adds something a little bit extra. Work hard and change the game for a limited time. Only new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know the Hall of Fame sent you. So now, let's start the show. All right, guys, Brad Gilmore here, and we're going to talk to you about Earn In. You know, one thing I've never understood is why you have to wait for the work that you've already done. Why you got to wait to get paid? Think about it. We live in a world where you can stream a movie instantly. You can order dinner from your phone. You can talk to somebody on the other side of the world. But when it comes to getting your paycheck now, we're still waiting on a date on the calendar. That's why I want to tell you about Earn In. Earn In is a financial technology company. It's not a bank, but it gives you access to money you've already earned instead of making you wait until payday. You can access up to $150 a day with a maximum of $1,000 between paychecks. And I think the key thing here is this is not alone. I repeat, this is not alone. It's not borrowing money. It's not a payday advance. It's your money that you've already worked for. I know I've had moments in my life where a bill came due, something unexpected may have popped up, or there was an opportunity I wanted to jump on, and the timing of that paycheck, you know, the way the checkings and the savings works, it was standing in the way. Not because I didn't have the money, just because the payday has not arrived yet. With Earn In, you don't have to play that waiting game anymore. Tips are optional, and standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. If you need your money faster, expedited transfers are available for a fee starting at $3.99 and capped at $5.99. More than 5 million people have already downloaded Earn In, and it's easy to see why. It's a smarter way to manage the money that you've already earned. So download Earn In from the App Store or Google Play today. That's Earn In, spelled like earning money without the G. But you know, we always keep a G at the Hall of Fame. So that's when you sign up. Type in Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show. Again, Earn In is a financial technology company. It is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and do not affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Talking about Sami Zayn's Hall of Fame career, man. Like I say, young wrestlers out there, Don't listen to these don't listen to these podcasters. You know, when they talk about somebody like Sami Zayn and what his career is, as well as you know he's flopped or whatever. No, he's a trans. Don't look here. Let me tell you something. I was just talking to some people earlier today, and they was asking me, you know, what do I think about this? And is it anything you want to change with this? Uh, is it anything you might want to add to this? And I go, look, this is your project. Um, push me in the direction and I'll get it done. Okay. I said I've never gone into a wrestling match, going to the producer or the writers and saying, "Hey man, what am I doing tonight?" I always said, "Just give me the script. Just give me the script, and I'll go out there and enhance it." I've never once in my wrestling career gone to the office and said, "Hey, I got a creative idea." I've never once did that because I just thought it was, useless going to a Hollywood, director and telling him to change the script. No, no, give me the script and let me see how I can enhance the script. That's normally the way the good actors, get over and get in good graces with those directors, where those directors say, "Hey, man, th- this is the script right here, but do it the way you want to do it." You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I'm serious. You know what I mean? So for me, Sami Zayn has taken that script and he's done it the way he needed to do it to get himself over, to have a hell of a career in this business, to be able to walk away from it, to be able to parlay this success into whatever he wants to do next. That's young people that's listening. Young people that's in this business. That's what this business is really all about.
Hey man, figure out how you can elevate what's given to you, do the best you can, and people are going like, "What do you say?" Well, cream rise to the top.
Yes.
We have some super chats. Obviously, we're going to get to, but I also wanted to ask you one thing. Did you see? They're doing the Fanatics Fest in New York right now, and they
Mhm.
did a big like portrait of like the goats who were going to be there, right? So they had Shaq and they had LeBron and they had Tom Brady and Serena and everybody's like in this photo with each other. It's like a big, almost like class photo. And so I'm looking at all the athletes that are in there, and by God, if Danhausen wasn't in the picture, and I just am continually impressed because not that I was hating on him, but like I think even he would say his debut kind of was flat in WWE, right? It had the
Yeah, it
dancing
was.
girls,
Yeah, yeah.
and I thought, man, this guy might just die on the vine. But boy, was I completely wrong. He has turned into he was doing a spot on the Stephen A. Smith show, a full hour interview with
I'm, s-
Danhausen.
I'm so
It's
glad.
amazing.
I'm so glad I was right about Dan Housing. I'm so glad. I mean, because I was on the bandwagon literally from day one. From day one, when everybody was crapping on Dan Housing, well, a lot of people was,
Yeah,
crapping
a
on
lot of
Dan
people were. Yeah, for sure.
I said, Dan Housing, you people need to start looking at this from a wrestling perspective. This guy could really be something different in WWE. And when we take away the Dan Housings from professional wrestling and get that out and think it's UFC, we got a problem. We got a problem once we start thinking like that. So it's like reality of wrestling. We got Buck Gator, all right? Buck Gator, I'm hoping Buck Gator rise to the occasion to become like one of reality of wrestling's biggest stars. I remember when I first started reality of wrestling, we had a wrestler who went on to do great things in reality of wrestling and still doing great things in reality of wrestling. And that's Kelly Kevin. You know what I mean? He was a man on one side and he was a woman on the other side. And I
Very
tell you,
progressive and ahead of its time.
and he got over so big, man. Everybody loved Kelly Kevin. So for me to take characters out of the wrestling business is taking wrestling, out of it totally. Seriously.
Yeah, yeah. You have to be able to play. So I thought that was cool. So shout out to Dan Housen on his Fanatics Fest goat photo. We have some chats here, book. We might as well get to them here before the show ends. Loso Dolo says, haven't caught a live show in a while. Hope y'all are doing good. Who do you think, who do you guys think will be the breakout stars of this new NXT era?
I mean, you can't deny Jackson Drake. You can't deny a guy like Mason Rook. With the right direction behind him. A guy like Mason Rook. Look at him and he's almost like a Bam Bam Bigelow type, but a kid Bam Bam Bigelow. I can only imagine, what he could be like in, 5 years if guided properly. Being able to take care of his body because he's a big guy. Um, of course, Kalani Jordan. You know, I think I think her time in NXT is definitely going to be put to use, almost like a JC Jane. JC Jane's been so much time in NXT, and man, I'm telling you, she cut her teeth and she learned the craft. That's why you're not having a whole lot of problems with somebody like JC Jane. She's not going to get hurt, and she's going to whack you. You're going to get whacked when she put the work in. So for me, I look at a Kalani Jordan being in NXT, being able to put that work in, and being able to perhaps springboard at the right time. But it's so much talent down there right now, man. I'm you know I'm looking to see who's going to break out myself. That's the big question. Who's going to be the big breakout star now in NXT since everybody's taken off? You know what I mean? Of course, we got Lola Vice down there, but Lola's close to making that main roster debut as well. So I really don't even put her in that NXT category.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a big question mark, and really, it's up to the talent to rise to the occasion, right? To make themselves known and to be the next talked about star from NXT. Marcus 1974 says, "Book, I think Kali is a special talent. What do you think?"
And Callie Armstrong, man,
Mhm.
she got that
She's
southern
cool.
swang. She got that southern swag, and she's like all it's like riding on swingers. You know what I
Swang.
mean? With Callie Armstrong, and she got. I mean, the body, man. I mean, she's in tip top shape. When you see Callie Armstrong, you say, man, she's been putting time in the gym. She's been working real hard. When everybody's sleeping, Callie Armstrong is hanging and banging in the zone. So now Callie's going to be a big star. The inaugural Evolve
Evolve.
Women's Champion. She's definitely going to do big things in this business.
Yeah, yeah. We need to mention here before the show ends. Also, the night before Summer of Champions is the first ever WWE ID showcase that is going to be taking place at Reality of Wrestling. So yeah, a lot of your favorite WWE ID talents and stars will be at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena the night before, so you can see the next crop of NXT talent really
Yes.
before the world does.
And guys, come to the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena and see a Reality of Wrestling WWE showcase production. All right, because it's going to be something that you've never seen before um, from an ID perspective. We're going to really put this thing together, and it will spill over into Summer of Champions. So the ID talent has a chance to work their way onto Summer of Champions. And like always say, don't miss out. Don't get shut out because it's going to be on like a Stephen Potter neck pose.
Oh yeah.
Sucker.
Oh yeah, man. Well, we have a couple more before we get out of here. Kai Toenail. Speaking of reality wrestling, Revolution Rising was Wagyu. Everyone busts their ass. All action in the ring. There was only like 3 out ring spots out of the whole 3 hours. Hashtag take notes. Hashtag more.
Hey man, it's called a crescendo. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to take the fans on a ride, when you're putting on a show. And that's what reality of wrestling is. It's a show. One of the best shows you're ever going to see from, a mom and pop's perspective. We're not the biggest company in the world, but we work real hard for our talent. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that, Callie, for putting over reality of wrestling.
Yeah, man. I will say, I challenge anyone to do what we do in a show day anywhere else and pull it off in the realm that reality wrestling does, and in the realm that we're going to do in that 2-night event, the ID Showcase Friday, Summer Champions Saturday August 7th and 8th.
And,
RealityWrestling.com.
and let me tell you this: it's a double header. But I'm gonna tell you guys, you better get your tickets now. You better get your tickets now because all the floor is sold out on both shows. Half of the risers are sold out on both shows already. So you better get your tickets because we plan on turning people away, and we got special guests gonna be in the house. Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet. I know everybody want to see Chris Van Vliet. People want to come see, get his autograph. They want to take a picture with him. Everybody's talking about he's such a handsome man. So y'all better make sure y'all come down and hang out with your boy, Chris Van Vliet.
Well, that's our show. Shout out Van Vliet. And that's our show today, BT. Send them on home.
Hey, guys, want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes. Brad, for all the heavy lifting as always. And until next time, peace. We love you.